One morning, about 3 weeks after the surgery, I couldn't get out of bed. And I started working with a chiropractor. This was a year ago. And part of her therapy is vibration plates. And I was so impressed with the effect, how quickly I began to regain mobility and be able to walk without pain. It's been quite a journey. And I'm 67. And so far, still cancer-free, and my walking has improved every day. So I would say when I started, I was probably at about an 8 for pain, and now I am consistently between 1 and 2.
Feel those vibrations going through you. Here we go. We're doing some balance exercises here. Nice. Good job. Welcome to Good Vibes with Becky Chambers. Everything you need to know about whole body vibration from the world's leading expert.
For informational purposes only, not medical advice, consult a qualified healthcare professional before making health decisions. The creator of this content is not responsible for any actions taken based on the information provided.
Today, we're going to focus on pain. And I know this is a huge subject for so many people. Pain, of course, really limits your life and impacts the quality of your life dramatically. The great news is that whole body vibration, especially when used properly, is fantastic for pain. It can be very effective for lowering pain and inflammation. We're here today to help you learn how to do that most effectively. There is quite a lot of research on this subject, and researchers have shown that whole body vibration can be very effective for particularly lower back pain, for example, which makes total sense because vibration is great for relaxing your muscles. And many people have very tight muscles in their back, and that causes pain. So that's certainly one reason why it might be real effective for lowering pain in your lower back. They have also seen excellent results in peripheral neuropathy, especially in your feet and hands. So vibration is a huge stimulus of your nervous system, and that is very healing because your body knows how to heal itself. It has huge ability to do that, and it is very effective for peripheral neuropathy, but it can be very effective for lots of different joints. More research that has shown improvements is research on fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia, people have pain all over the place, and some of that research has shown the decreasing pain. Again, relaxing muscles is certainly one of the effects. Other joints. Now, let's say your knees are painful. So the research has shown that it's very effective for younger people to lower pain in their knees. But when they look at older people, the research has been less clear. Sometimes they get good results, and sometimes they don't see a big effect. However, my research, because I have surveyed my customers and clients using my machines and my methods, and they report fantastic results. And most of my customers are older and dealing with health problems. They're not the young athletes that the original machines were developed for. So I tell people not to use those big, powerful machines and to use a very gentle, smooth, single motor vertical vibration that's kind of like a cat purring. It's very low stress, which is very important when you're trying to reduce pain. I think the reason researchers don't get as good results as me is because they look at vibration as a workout, which is what it was originally developed for, and it's most famous for Olympic athletes. And they put older people in pain with maybe osteoarthritis on these more powerful machines and try to give them a workout, which means a longer period on the machine and working hard. So my experience is that vibration is affecting your entire body very powerfully, and that what we're really trying to do is lower stress and lower inflammation. So when you're in pain, I tell people, just start with a very little bit of vibration. You don't have to work out. You do want to be using the right kind of machine, and you want to just You can just stand on your machine or maybe do some gentle exercise, gentle stretching or massage. And then you're lowering inflammation and stress, and pain levels drop much more effectively and quickly. So the results of my survey of my customers using my machines and method was that 75% of the people in pain, and this is people in general 50 and above, most of them at 60 and above, 75% of these people in pain saw a reduction in pain of 50% or more within a few weeks. And this was while many of them were reducing their pain medications. So it can be very dramatic and quick. And it's not going to work for everybody, but that is the way to approach it to see if you can get your pain down with vibration. I would like to open this up now to the class. If you have any questions about how to use it, what's working for you, what is not.
Becky, it's my understanding that pain is caused by the firing of nerves, transmitting the pain from the muscle to the brain. Do you have any insight into how vibration interferes with that process?
That's interesting, Dave. One thing is that serotonin levels go up when you're using vibration, and that can happen quickly. I have seen that happen quickly. And serotonin is actually very big for inhibiting pain. I've actually seen that myself because I had a big problem with my wrists once, maybe long before I even had vibration. And after 6 months of testing to figure out what was wrong with the nerves in my hands and wrists, they finally put me on an antidepressant, which raises serotonin, and boom, all my pain was gone almost immediately. So I would imagine that the serotonin rising is a big effect, but vibration lower inflammation and pain levels drop much more effectively and quickly. So it's stimulating your nervous system. It's a workout for them, but it's also calming for them at the same time as waking them up. I believe it's working on an energetic level, partly because it happens so rapidly. Like I have people do a few minutes on their vibration machine when they first come to me, and 5 minutes later, their pain levels have dropped dramatically. I had one woman, she couldn't get off the couch when she first showed up. And after a couple of minutes of vibration, she sat back down, and 5 minutes later, she got up on her own. She's shaking her legs going, oh my God, they don't hurt anymore. And her husband's like, I can't believe you got up on your own, because he usually has to pull her up. I mean, it was just amazing how much better she was.
The big things that I found, I have peripheral neuropathy due to radiation, chemotherapy problems and what have you. And I had the chemotherapy when I was, let's say, 44, and I got complete peripheral neuropathy. I don't feel my feet at all. Now, before I got the vibration, I kept falling over nothing. I mean, literally nothing. I'd be walking beside my son and bam, down I got. And we looked to see what I tripped over, nothing. I broke several ribs 3 times in a row. When I went to the doctor, that's when I found I had osteoporosis. And then later on, I found you. And the thing is, I wasn't feeling my feet. They felt like they were hard lumps of nothing. And they were dropping because I couldn't tell my toes were going down. Because, you know, when you do a heel toe, you lift up. I wasn't doing the correct thing, which is why I was literally falling over nothing. The wave vibration has super helped me. Fingers crossed, haven't fell in ages. I'm standing here now. I can feel my feet. I know they're there. I'm walking with the correct process. And that's all the vibration. Because I tried everything, and nothing helped. And I mean, I haven't got it all back yet, but I'm feeling my feet. I'm feeling where my feet are placed. I couldn't even keep slip-on shoes or slippers on because I didn't do the automatic grip that you do when you're walking. I didn't even know you did that, but apparently we do. So I would lose it. I always had to have something tied around my ankles. And now I have slippers on again. So that's one thing.
Fantastic. Nancy, how did it work for you with pain?
I'm a cancer patient, and I had a hysterectomy a year ago. And in my post-op days, I began to have real trouble with my right hip. And one morning, about 3 weeks after the surgery, I couldn't get out of bed. And I started working with a chiropractor This was a year ago. And part of her therapy is vibration plates. And I was so impressed with the effect, how quickly I began to regain mobility and be able to walk without pain, that my husband and I decided to invest in one for ourselves. And so now we have one at home as well. And it's been quite a journey. And I'm 67 and so far still cancer free. And my walking has improved every day. So I would say when I started, I was probably at about an 8 for pain. And now I am consistently between 1 and 2. So
Wow.
I have to just say, I don't know whether the vibration plate is completely responsible for it, because I think it is a combination of many things in order to achieve total health. But it certainly has played a dramatic role. Absolutely.
Woohoo! That's fantastic. That was a great story, Nancy. I love it. Alex, did you want to add something?
Yes, I had a similar experience. I found vibration through my chiropractor. It was in his office. He had a big machine. He's a 9-minute program, and I always did it. And I found that everything I was doing at the chiropractor happened better, because I'd been to a previous chiropractor with none of the same kind of results. So if I did the machine, red light therapy, or the meridian work that he was doing, it all just happened so fast. And I was starting there about a year ago on a walker. And now I'm walking 3 miles a day. And I think it's because I have a vibration machine at home. I use it every single day. And probably now 20 to 25 minutes in separate sessions, 2 separate sessions. And I think because it uses all the muscles, we only think in terms of the big muscles we see on the charts. We have thousands of little muscles that feed in, and they are all getting such a wonderful emphasis now. Now I'm doing Zumba classes every week, TRX classes. I was doing none of this stuff before and walking. And I know the vibration plate has given me the power to get to the Zumba class. That makes more muscles. I get to the TRX class. It builds and builds and builds, layers and layers.
Yeah, absolutely. And Alex, just for the kicker, tell them how old you are.
I'm 81.
Woohoo!
No.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have superstars on this
So
show.
I'm starting Zumba and TRX at 81. Why not? Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my goodness. I agree with Alex. I found you after I found out I had osteoporosis. I started researching and I bumped into you in a bar. I'm joking. I was going to say in a bar on the internet. No, but seriously, I bumped into your website and, of course, got my machine. Best investment I made before I went into retirement.
You were recommended to me through the OsteoStrong program, Laurie at the Osteostrategy Flyers, and she said, try this, it's a better machine, et cetera, et cetera. So your work is spreading out and getting people into the program, and it's all beneficial.
You've got good research on your website also. You know, when you research and you hear this, you hear that, oh, vibration will kill you. You get from one extreme to the other. But you has decent research that makes sense.
All right. We are going to do a workout next. And we invite you to join us with this exercise on a vibration machine. Whether you have one or not, please join us. And if you have a machine and you're just getting started, remember, you got to go slow when you start. Okay, here we are for the workout part of our class today. And as this class is on pain, remember, especially important for you, if you're in pain, to take it easy. Okay, you don't have to work out hard. Just be on your machine, but not for too much. Just how much you know already that you can handle. If you haven't done vibration before, it's just a little bit to start with. This machine is the Power 1000, and you'd start with 1 minute at the lowest speed. You can still work out with us the whole time or do what you can, but you shouldn't have your machine on for very much. On my website, bcvibranthealth.com, there are other machines that are gentler, and you could start with more, like 5 minutes or even maybe 10 minutes. We are going to be doing 15 minutes, even though 10 minutes equals an hour, because we're also going to add in some aerobic exercise, which is great for you. Don't worry if you can't keep up with me. I put in some extra time, so you'll still get plenty of time. All right, so this is the beginner's position, and you're doing a pull-up with the straps, with your legs in a gentle squat, right? Okay, here we go. Now, if you're in pain and this hurts, don't be doing it. Just, you could just be standing here, okay? All right, here we go. All right, but if you're feeling better, which if you keep doing this vibration, you're probably going to start feeling better. Then it's really great to start doing a workout. All right, which is what we're doing here now. We're doing 30-second intervals of resistance training, 10 seconds break while we get in the next position, and then another exercise. All right, here we go. Now it's actually 40 seconds for the interval, but that's what I mean. I put in some extra time. So if it takes you longer to get in position, it's not a problem. All right, here we go. So now I'm doing this lunge with one leg on the plate and one leg arm is pulling up. You don't have to be pulling up on straps. You could be like this. And if you're in pain, maybe you just want to be resting a foot on here. Depending, like if you have a foot that's hurting or 2 feet, probably best to be on here. But if you have a foot that should not be on the vibration machine, like let's say you have a sprained ankle, then you would have that foot off, either like that or like this. All right, next position, we're gonna do cardio. All right, we're gonna do jumping jacks.
Round
Like this is the easy version. All right, do what you can. If you can't do that, you could do this. And if you can do a full-on jumping jack, that would be great. Here we go. Okay, I used to be in a lot of pain and couldn't do this, but vibration lowers inflammation and pain dramatically and rapidly when you're doing it right. That means using the right machine and going slow. That is very critical. Not doing too much vibration in the beginning. That's what I'm saying. All right. Arm pulls. It's an exercise. We're on this machine, holding on to straps if you have them, pulling them out to the sides like this. If you don't happen to have straps in your machine, you could be having some weights. These are handy dandy water bottles. And you could be holding them out like this. Okay? But if you have straps to pull on, that's great. All right. And then after a while, let's push them back this way. Get some other muscles in there. All right. And remember to turn your machine off if you've already reached the limit of what you know you can handle. All right. Next one is we're going to do a lunge on the other leg from the one that you did before. This is like this. Okay. The other leg on the plate. If you're trying to make it hard, lean forward on that leg, go down lower, and pull up with a strap. If you're trying to make it easier, you don't need to be pulling up. You can get this leg further in, and you could be holding on to a handle if you want. Okay? Here we go. Keep going. You're doing good. Doing great. Here we go. All right. Nice job. Good job. All right.
rest.
Good job. So we got to do cardio now. Mountain climbing. We're going to be lifting our legs like this, up high. All right. It's called mountain climbing. And if you can run a bit while you're doing it, go ahead. Like this. Okay. All right. Good job. Pretty soon, you're going to be up and running and moving around, feeling better. And that is going to be then even more benefits. But first, we're trying to lower pain and inflammation.
Rest.
And you can do that gently. My customers and clients tend to get much better results with lowering pain than researchers report. And it's because this is an abdominal, and that's because they're doing it the way I'm telling them, which is not much to begin with, just starting slow. This is an abdominal exercise. You got your weight. If you don't have a weight, just do it without it. And you're crunching. This is the easy version. One leg, pulling your arms down, If you're ready for a harder version, I'm going to do a V shape here on the machine. Just my rear end is on the plate. And this is the V for victory. It's a big abdominal workout. You could have your arms out like this. You could cross them like this. Whoop. All right.
Rest.
All right. Next one is push-ups. So if you're standing and you want to do you don't want to can't be going up and down easily, you can take your weights and push them up. Okay. And if you can go up and down here, it's a little more intensive push-up. You'd be doing push-ups either on your toes or on your knees, like this. Okay. So you never want to do anything on here that's like actually hurting you, obviously, right? If the pain is acute, then you're doing something that's too hard for you. If your muscles are kind of burning, that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, good job. We got another cardio. This time we're going to kick up behind us like this. Okay? And you can just be doing it standing like this. Or if you can be running, that's even better. Like this. Okay. Good job. Good job. Here we go. There we go. All right. Feel all the blood zooming around in your body. Oxygen getting to all your tissues. Waste products moving out. Your lymphatic drainage is working better. You're raising hormones in your body. All kinds of awesome things. Okay. Now we're going to do some diagonal crunches. More core exercises. So hands up with a weight if you have it, off to one side and crunch to the opposite knee. Okay, like this. Do what you can. If you can't balance well enough to do that, it could be just lifting one leg towards the side, right? But you want to be doing what you can. Stick with one side. Down here, it's the V for victory, but lean over to one side, right? And have bottom leg bent. Try to touch this elbow to that knee. The other hand can touch the ground for balance. Okay, good job. There you go. You can do it. You can do it. All right. Getting tired? Me too. All right, if you're standing, bring your triceps dip. Right? Hands up, but you could be standing. You don't have to be sitting. And just drop your hands behind you. If you don't have weights, it's fine. And if you stop, turn the machine off. Keep working out with us. All movement is good. It's just you're getting a lot more when you've got the machine on. So that's one triceps dip. A harder one is to have your hands on the plate and your body off of it and be pushing up and down, letting your body sink to almost the ground, and then pushing up with your hands. Make it even harder. Put your legs out further. Ooh, that's hard. All right. Good job. Good job. All right, let's see. Would you believe we're ready for cardio again already? All right, we're going to kick out to the sides. One side and then the other. If you need to hold on while you're doing this, you could do that. And if you could add a kick along a hop, along with your kick and a punch out with your arm, even better. Here you go. Good job. You're doing great. All right. Whoop. All right. We're almost there. You are more than halfway done. Much more. Only maybe a third left. All right. Woo. Okay. Catch your breath. Got 10 seconds to catch your breath. Then we're going to do a diagonal crunch on the other side.
2,
So
1.
Hands up with your weight pulling down to your leg. Okay, just like that. Good job. All right, and if you're down here, you would be on the other side now. Bottom leg, tip over to the other side. That V for victory, but you're on your side and you're doing a diagonal crunch. So trying to touch your elbow to the bottom knee and fold that as you go. Good job. Good job. Awesome. All right, you can do it. You can do it. All right, now we're going to do pelvic bridge. The pelvic bridge is you're going to be in a little bit of a squat, right? And push your hips forward. All right, that is going to engage all this pelvic area muscles. And if you can hold some weights while you're at it, that's great. All right, that's the easy version. The harder version would be to be down here, feet on the plate, and lying down, and then lift your pelvis area up, right? Push it as high as you can. You can go up and down to make it a little bit harder and tighten everything up when you get high. And you could do a one-legged pelvic bridge if you want. There you go. Good job. That's a really important area. Has to do with lots of things. Okay, one more cardio, then we're done with the cardio. So bend down, pick something up, and throw it. If you can't bend over that much, it's okay. Just do what you can, like that maybe. And if you can go down all the way up and with a little hop, great. Okay, like this. So cardio. You're getting so strong. You are going to be getting so strong doing this. And you're going to feel better in so many ways. Energy, pain levels are going to go down and energy is going to go up. Okay, there you go. And you'll feel looser and more mobile. All right, we got 2 exercises left. That's it. All right, the next one is going to be a plank. And if you're standing, it'll be kind of modified. We'll just go like this. First to one side and then to the other side. Okay, and if you're can be down here, a plank exercise is elbows on the plate, or you could do hands on the plate and on your toes. You should be on your toes. If you're ready for something super hard, you go up on one side, and then the other side, right? Those are side planks. Hang on. You might be just still on your elbows and hold on. Almost done. There we go. Great job. One more pelvic bridge. So you're standing. Remember, that's the one where you're pushing your hips forward. You're in a squat and you're pushing your hips forward. So you're in a straight line, right? Okay. And you're down here. You got your feet on the plate. You're pushing your hips up. And to make it extra hard, you put one leg up and do just a one-legged plank. Woo. Like that. Or it's fine. You could be doing two-legged. This pelvic area connects your legs and your upper body, and really critical for helping you recover if you were to fall, start falling, lose your balance. Rest. Among many other things. Okay. Fantastic. Relax. Relax wherever, any way you want. And just do some massage. I like to just do the calf massage because it feels so good. I put my hands behind my head, and this is your reward for doing your workout. You get just relax and know you did something really, really good for yourself. Oof. All right. Nice job. Sure you can feel your heart beating. Maybe you're trying to catch your breath. That's good. And come back 3 times a week. Come and do a workout with us. Whole body vibration. And you will start to feel better.